I feel like I've entered a time machine to an alternate reality, hearing Semler's voice, Anders, then me and you in there for some reason. I don't know. It's all crazy, but this is day 3 of StarSeries I-League Season 8, and we've got so many best of 3s coming up today.
Maybe too many best of 3s.
Maybe too many best of 3s. It's not going to be a 2 p.m. finish for you and I today, Hugo. Maybe more like a 4 p.m. finish.
Oh,
so, I think that's pretty
workable.
I think that's pretty workable. But as mentioned, we've got some games today. We're going to be starting with mousesports versus Invictus. And, I mean, we can bring up the bracket. We can take a look at this right now. These are the games. I'm pretty sure we've got some of these going down over on the main stream right now. Renegades versus Vitality going to be going down there. Renegades making a deep run here. Things are looking up.
Yeah, this is obviously Group A, and that's coming through in the next day.
Yeah.
We're following up on some of the Group B games that we've been seeing, and also some of the Group A games. It's just all over the place, Harry. There's so much Counter-Strike. There's 2 groups. There's a double elimination bracket. There's best of 3s all the way through. We don't have a single best of 1 in this tournament, and I'm all for it. Here's our schedule for the day, Harry. You say we have a lot of best of 3s. Well, right here is the result of that. Invictus Gaming versus mousesports. 5-Power Furia is going to be an interesting one. And then the one we'll be covering after that is North versus the winner of Imperial versus MIBR. You would assume MIBR, but we'll have to wait and see for that one.
Yeah, I think that's one. You know, you look at it on paper, MIBR, they got to be taking it, surely.
Surely.
That's what everyone says. But, you know, teams love to prove other teams wrong. Some would say they're the underdogs, but they would say they're here to win.
Yeah, well, these guys certainly look good, and so do the guys on your screen as well. mousesports coming in here, fresh off the press with a best of 3 for us. And versus Invictus, Harry, we casted Invictus in that opening day versus Vitality. They got 6 rounds across 2 maps. It wasn't a great showing.
No, it wasn't. But look, we can see the phones getting collected here. That means that mousesports, they're almost ready. They're almost ready to get into this one. Invictus, they're not even in their seats, mate. Where are they? What's going on? It's 9:57. This is scheduled to start in 3 minutes. Invictus, where you at? mousesports are here. They're in the building.
Is that a forfeit win right there?
Yeah. I mean, you know, very noble of Invictus. Here we are. This is them. We didn't see them in the flesh, but we'll see them in picture.
I'm sure they're just team huddling behind the cameras, by the way, for those wondering. I'm sure they're waiting in the wings, Harry. And yeah, the Russian-Chinese mix, right? Koshak and Vadim, the 2 resident Russians in this roster, and Flying X-Pro and Fjorn, who I don't know if it is equal or not, but, you know, like it hasn't been clear. But his name is Fjorn in game, and maybe he changed his name. Who knows, right? A bit of an identity crisis. Either way, they are, they're coming into this event as probably, I'd say, the bottom team or one of. And yeah, all we've seen is 6 rounds from them. So hoping for a few more in this best of 3.
Yeah, I'd love to see them play over on that T side to begin with. That's something that we really wanted to see a little bit more. So honestly, I think that if like mousesports win the knife round heading into whatever our first map may be, it's not the end of the world for Invictus. Now, that's the thing, right? So, Hugo, we've seen a little bit from him. As you mentioned, they only got 6 rounds. So I'm really having to extrapolate my knowledge of Invictus from those 6 rounds.
I think your point about T-sides is good, though, because this is something we've been having a discussion with over the past couple of days with these underdog teams. Because I'm just looking at the match page for the Vitality game. Vitality started T-side both maps on Nuke and Mirage. They got 12 rounds Nuke, and they closed at 16-3. So, you know, no T-side rounds for Invictus on Nuke, but they only had 3 opportunities. And then mousesports go over to, Vitality go over to Mirage, and they won 14 rounds on T-side. So we just haven't had a chance to see what Invictus can do on the T-side. This was the same case yesterday when we had those matches, and we had 5-Power always starting CT and just getting owned by EG, and we didn't really see enough from them. Well, hopefully Invictus will lose some knife rounds, because it seems like no team ever wants to pick T-sides.
Yeah, and I think, you know, with how strong the Krieg meta is right now as well, and how the economy changes have been like a natural buff to T-sides, it feels like all maps have become a lot more T-sided, right? Like, well, not to say that all maps are T-sided, but, you know,
I agree. I think
like,
the game is more T-sided as a result,
but look, we can see the picks coming in. Dust 2 going to get picked up by mousesports. Train for the Invictus guys. That's going to be a pretty interesting pool. And Mirage to end things off. So we get a couple of puggy maps. Invictus picking into Train. That's an interesting one. Obviously, a map that they've elected to play a bit, but it's also one that mousesports are pretty keen at. I was actually, I put a tweet out the other day saying that I think Rops in mousesports is probably the best pop dog player in the world. I don't know if that's something you agree with, but something that I'm really liking from Mouse on Train is that they are like this team to have really pioneered the solo pop dog take, especially T-side. They always manage to find openers with Rops in that position.
Yeah.
So I'm curious as to how Invictus are going to play around that, given that teams like North have tried and failed, right? Did you see that clip of Rops versus Cajun?
Yeah, I did see that.
He's always doing little gimmicks like that.
Although, you know, while I'm not disagreeing with your point, we saw S-Tag yesterday in the pop dog for Heroic versus Avantgarde. Man, he was lethal. Both CT and T. Think about those rounds where he would go halfway up the ladder with an SMG. No one would peek it. No one would fully get information. And the second he hears a single footstep or a single indication as to where the T's were, he would just dive up that ladder and get 2 kills with an MP9. Pretty crazy stuff. And yeah, like I'm excited to see how Invictus deal with this, because this is not a map that they are going to be scared of playing, right? This is their most played map. They've got 22 logged maps. The next most is Dust 2 at 13. So, you know, they're happy with this map pool, Harry. But at the end of the day, when you're coming into this game or this event as such an underdog, the map pool doesn't really matter. You're not going to be favored in any of your matchups. mousesports are favored regardless what map we go on. And that's going to be a hard task for Invictus to get past.
Yeah, most definitely. The one thing that maybe goes their way is that mousesports, they come into this event, right? They play versus North to open things up, and then they lose that in a grueling 3-map series. And you know, we've been speaking with the Mouse guys a little bit, and we know that they weren't very happy with that day 1 performance. As well as that, I know that, you know, a few of them may be feeling a little bit under the weather. I've already had to hand deliver some throat medicine the way of Carrigan this morning.
You're a little bellboy, Harry.
Yeah, well, you know,
did you get a tip for that at least?
I did. I did. He was very generous.
Yeah.
10 euros.
He actually just stuffed a bunch of Milky Bars into your pockets and just said, be gone.
Yeah, well, you know, we do what we can to help out wherever we can. That's the one thing, man. As commentators, you know, we've always got some sort of throat elixir to hand.
No one is more ill than us, Harry. Or at least, you know, has the potential to be.
Man.
Yeah, you are the illest. And that's not, you know, like the start of a rap song where that's actually a really good thing. Yo, I'm the illest. No, you are just sick constantly.
I'm also the realest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What next?
Got a job at Mozillist.
Is that Firefox
Yeah,
or like some off-brand version?
Yeah.
Well, Invictus have won the 9th round of Dust 2.
Watercat is the name of our browser. And it's garbage.
Oh, dear. Invictus, Harry, they won the 9th round. I guess on Dust 2, right, with this whole T-side argument, I'm still going to say the same thing. I want them to pick T-side, but it doesn't really matter as much coming into this map, you would think.
Yeah, I mean, so one of the things with T-side Dust is I just think, you know, you can do a lot more. CT side Dust, I feel like, if mousesports are coming into this, I want them to be playing confident. Oh, my word, look at those strafe odds. Yeah.
You're having a strofe right now.
I feel like I might be, man. But yeah, if you want to maybe head on over and cast your vote, you can download Strafe on whatever device you have. It's available on iOS and Android now, so get that downloaded and you can get voting. What I was saying, though, is I want to see mousesports come into this playing confident. Dust 2 is a very, very good map for them. They're going to get a CT side start here. The names at the top, wrong way round. So that's good. Invictus picking into the T side. And I like that because, as I was saying, I feel like there's more you can do. For example, if you're able to get into that B bomb site, you know, you get 1, 2 kills, you're in with what should be around. So Dust 2, maybe a chance for Invictus to find some success in this pistol round, though. Woxic's already set himself up towards short, an ex-pro. Probably the best shot we've seen him land all out. He's looking a lot like Rops.
Yeah, so is Chris J, actually.
Oh, my word.
They're all looking like Rops, Harry. Rops is just the camera personality. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but let's just get on with the pistol round. Invictus splitting up long and cat. mousesports have been pushed out of this A site. Carrigan's got a kit, but in a 2-on-4, a retake is not happening here. The bomb's not even down. mousesports are just getting beamed out of this round, and it's Rops finally, but actually not the live camera, just the photo in a 1-on-4.
Yeah, and he might be looking to snap down some of these targets, but Vadim is going to find him. So Invictus, they'll secure that pistol round almost immediately. They get that one locked in, getting on the board nice and early. And hey, look, we fixed the HUD. And when I say we, I mean the production team working overtime.
Definitely not us. But either way, yeah, Invictus off to the start that we wanted, Harry. We wanted a T-side beginning, and boy, do they show it to us. A pistol round taken here on the first map. This is mousesports pick. We've got Krieg's out in round number 2 as well. Woxic on the scout. He's got armor behind that. And actually a bit of a mid-push. Chris J going for it. Koshak is ready in the wings, though. However, this Deagle so powerful. Koshak spamming him down with the SMG. And a man advantage here from Invictus at the start of the round. They're going to move out through long and take control.
And so this is why I love the T-side pick, right? So I was saying mousesports, they should be playing confident. And so I imagine we're going to see these aggressive pushes, something that they're not too shy to offer up. And if you're Invictus, that means you can just hold this default early. And if you win 1 or 2 of these fights where mousesports are trying to dictate the pace on this CT side, then you stand a very good chance of getting off to a good start. As well as that, we never got to see Invictus run their own game plan thus far, really, throughout any series they've played. It's always been the case that they have those CT side beginnings, and so the pace is just dictated by the T side, you know? Here, Rops, he's certainly feeling good to kickstart the day. Carrigan hidden back of the site here, gets some damage off with the Deeg, but Fjorn is going to shut him down. Frozen and Rops might just look to hold on to these weapons, and they're going to bow out of this round. So Invictus, they get that conversion. I'll take the 2-0 start.
That's unfortunate for Carrigan. He threw that sight smoke to try and, you know, hide behind it and give himself more room to fight long with Deagle, but Fjorn just climbs up over the box on ramp and gets up on top of the site. Carrigan can't stop him. We're hearing yells already. Those sound like Russian yells, if I've ever heard them, Harry. So it might be Invictus getting pumped here to start off this series, and that's what you like to see. 2-0 beginning with save guns for mousesports. Invictus will respect that, as 3 of them are already tagged up. They're not interested in getting their own economy taken away. But mousesports, they still have an eco ahead of them in this 3rd round. Also, we got confirmation that Invictus are comming in English.
Yes.
Despite being Russian and Chinese.
So that's an interesting one, especially when you consider, you know, like teams in the past that have had a Chinese majority. They often, you know, have had some communication problems. So it's nice, and at least in this team, that they found that mid ground and they are able to communicate with one another. You know, we can all think back to that Tyloo roster of old, where communication was certainly an interesting topic. Oh, Chris J from that mid aggression. Oh, Carrigan dropping the bomb. These trades are fantastic at the very, very least. But Mouse are going to take this all day long. That AK in the hands of Frozen, it's got armor behind it. He stands to do a hell of a lot in this round. That smoke in CT, thankfully, keeps him at bay. But mousesports in a 3-on-3. This is by no means undoable.
Yeah, Krieg. Look at the weapons picked up from mousesports. Woxic's traded out to an SMG to try and take these fights, and Vadim is holding off long. I like the reaggression, but Woxic's waiting for it. 2 Ts on long, and Flying will take the kill. And mousesports, you may as well go for it. You've got to buy in the next round, but also this bomb is so ticked, and they don't have a kit, so you can already start to see a bit of a bail from Frozen as he waits for a long wrap that is not coming through. Rops will get out of there because Krieg in the first rifle round is exactly what he wants to have, and Invictus off to a 3-0 start. I like the, you know, even though mousesports get those 2 initial trades at the start of the round up short, Invictus, they're not held back by that. They just continue pushing. They know that we've got to get to a bomb site ASAP. As soon as a bomb's down, we have a huge advantage, and trading their way to A. 3rd round.
It's really not uncommon to see exactly what you just said as well, right? You know, like you always feel that swing in those sorts of rounds where the pistols find a little more than they should early on, and teams do try and pump the brakes, and you can almost feel the round turning to chaos. So yeah, the fact that Invictus keep that pace up, they hit the A bomb site, they're feeling confident. I'll take the 3-0 beginning. Now we've got this first buy coming in from mousesports, and already all purchased up. We just saw that in the hands of Chris J. Interesting to know, he's taken that over Woxic. I wonder if that was spawn-based or...
He's playing that B site.
Yeah, he's over towards B with it.
Ooh.
Bjorn, lots of damage done, and Woxic is immediately traded out over on the car. Frozen's got to reposition here. He doesn't want to be left inside this bomb site alone, having to watch both short and long. So he's pushed up, but he's taken this short aggression. That at least now gives him a bit of an easier time here towards this A side of the map. Robs, this is a sneaky little angle over towards CT. He's just hiding above that smoke.
I think as mousesports are down on numbers, so they've got to be checking everything right now. You can see Rops is checking CT and making sure there's no mid to B play coming through. Invictus, they're going to bail out of long, but they've got these smokes down. Frozen ascertaining that this area is clear. He can spot wide from the site. So this wrap from short is coming through, and really not great positions for mousesports to deal with a short play. That AWP is firing off as well. Frozen gets tagged. He's down to 15, and Rops is in CT. Headshot angles with the Creed can be favorable, but his teammate's gone down. Nice shot from Rops. Any more from him? No. The trade again in for Invictus, and a CT Molotov plus the AWP moving up on long. It's a 4th round, and proving that Dust 2, hey Harry, it can be anyone's map. Invictus, I'm liking these mid rounds, Harry. This is what we wanted to see versus Vitality, but we never had the chance to because they were just getting steamrolled on their CT sides. They are setting the pace in a huge way and taking a 4-0 lead to start off the day. Woxic is on this AWP though. That's a nice start. X-Pro dropping Chris J on long. He had a scout. Woxic's actually in lower tunnel, or watching it from the Xbox B play, and only a pistol here. Rops is not ready for the first, and Invictus are they've already won the round, Harry, really. They've got a 5-on-3 and they've got the B site.
And this just shows how strong getting off on the right foot, starting over on the good side of the map can be. We're seeing a lot more from Invictus than we've ever seen at this event thus far. If they get 5 rounds, bearing in mind that they got 6 across that, both maps yesterday, or was that the entire best of 3?
6 maps across the best, 6 rounds across the best of 3. 6 maps would be impressive.
Yeah, that would be impressive.
And this is impressive. Woxic's saving, but is he ready for the next player on long? He's holding his exit. Oh, what? Woxic is incredibly fast. He has had his Cheerios this morning, Harry. Or his omelets, who knows? The breakfast buffet is wild. I don't think they have Cheerios, though.
I don't think he had an omelet either, because today they had someone making omelets who... Oh my God, Woxic.
He's going to ace this.
He's making an omelet out of Invictus. He's scrambling them up, man.
Koshak's out of here.
Yeah, I agree with Koshak on this one. He's like, yeah, I'm kind of done feeding Woxic. So he'll bow out. Regardless, if you're Invictus, you're happy with this 5-0 start. Things are really looking up for a squad that have almost outdone themselves, almost outdone their performance from an entire best of 3 in the first map, in the first 5 rounds even.
Yeah. They're gonna equal it up here, Harry, unless mousesports have anything to say about it. Bai will be coming back, especially with that double AWP. Oh, Chris, that looked like a connection, but it must have just slipped through the legs of Flying and through the smoke. Koshak just spraying away. Oh, that's an unfortunate beginning for mousesports. That is not what they wanted into a crucial rifle round. This is for the money as well. And Fjorn, he's just caught a timing. Rops is alone on B. Mid's been emptied, and Frozen and Woxic are going back towards the A site.
Come on, Woxic. He's got that up, and he got 4 kills with it last time. He's looking for this late trade onto Koshak, and he's even trying to peek wide to find it. They just miss each other. And Koshak going to be very happy. Oh, maybe not. Oh, don't go back in. The rest of Invictus heading towards this B side of the map. And Koshak, he's done a stellar job of keeping all this attention over towards A from Mouse. One man standing over towards B. It's Rops throwing into the firing line. Now, he's been stepping up. He's had his moments for Mouse thus far in this game.
They've seen him, haven't they?
I'm pretty sure they might have, right? On the corner of that smoke, but no, I think Rops has just eluded danger. He's just about hidden away. Frozen is drawing the attention in from the double doors, and if they don't account for Rops already being here, Rops could do a hell of a lot He'll deliver all 3 kills. And now just having to hold off to the mid to B. That's easier said than done, though. Woxic's helped out, removing Fjorn up in the window. And now it's the 1v1. Both these players on 3 kills already. There's only enough room for one victor, and that's going to be Rops. He'll take down absolutely everybody over towards this B side of the map. It's the Rops and Woxic show right now, and you know, while that's fantastic that we've got Rops looking so good early on, Woxic landing some shots as well, we want to see some more from the rest of mousesports at this point in time.
That being said, they'll take what they can get, Harry. 5-0 down, finally getting their first round on the board. It was a long time coming, and it looked like it might have slipped through their fingers with Chris J getting spammed through a smoke on long, with already one of those 2 AWPs removed so early on for mousesports, but Rops holding his own on B, and a bit of a mistake not to check that corner if you are the T side. You know, I guess they gambled with the fact that thinking it was empty, considering there were only 4 players up for mousesports, but they didn't spot a single player at the back of B. And like you said, Frozen baiting on the door, that just created enough room for Rops to stay in the corner and get three frags. So great patience from him. He waits out the smoke. That's always a bit of a problem on those B entries. That smoke giving so much room for T's to maneuver. But Rops lines him up and he knocks him down. 4 kills in that round. Actually, that was the ace. No, 4 kills. Ignore me. Either way, he'll take it.
It was an ace in spirit, perhaps.
Oh.
You know, the big play coming in from Rops. And a man whose surname means cabbage in Danish, allegedly.
And it's literally cool. Like,
yeah.
Forget what it means in Danish, Harry. It's cool.
He's got the coolest last name around.
No one else has a name like that. Russell doesn't really have the same ring to it.
You cannot talk Byron.
Yeah. I'm not claiming I have a great
Actually,
name.
you have a great last name.
Yeah,
as far as last names go.
Get out of here.
Let's see. Invictus. No AWP in sight. Interesting to note. That's looking like, oh, well, it could. No, they definitely could have grabbed one.
Money,
So they've decided to go for these AKs, and you can see they're picking up the pace. Maybe a faster round here from Invictus, completely switching this up. Woxic repositioning onto the crossroads, but that mid-smoke is already down, and he's not going to be able to see over it. He tries to spam through. Now, as they know this mid-to-B's coming in, Rops, his ears are pricked up, and he knows that players are coming in. He's got to stand the test of time again, and this time, he only delivers 2 kills. Now, I say only, considering the situation he's in, Rops does a stellar job, but now it's down to the other 3, Woxic, Frozen, and Carrigan, but Carrigan's already been bested. And for Frozen and Woxic, they've just got to bow out of this round. They've got to save. There's no way back into this 2-on-3.
Yeah, their money's not built, Harry. They've only won 1 round on the CT side, and it was coming down to Rops being the last alive. So as soon as they lose the B site, yeah, you got to hold on to your money. You got to have something for that follow-up round. Otherwise, Invictus are going to continue to run away with this T side. I was going to say start, but they have more than started here this morning. 6-1 on the T side in Dust 2, and this is mousesports map pick in the series as well. Scary stuff for the European roster. Money not really there. Frozen can drop over an M4 and only get a flashbang behind it. Everyone else will kind of struggle here. Rops can get a gun. It's actually gone for a scout. So it might be a half buy here for mousesports. Keep some cash for that follow-up, and that's a good idea. They've got the loss bonus. But even so, this is not a pretty picture right now for mousesports. No AWP for Invictus once again. Haven't had one gifted, and they are playing a lot of these fast rounds, which I do enjoy watching. Long smoke coming down, flashes over the top, and Invictus are out. There's no one here to stop them. Frozen is on the A site alongside Carrigan, but Woxic in middle is going to aggress, and this is a ballsy move from the AWP. He is flanking mid right now, but mousesports still need to get kills on the A site. Flash is there. Carrigan going to go forward with it, but smoke is in the way, and he can't see anything. X-Pro getting a kill. Frozen trading, but he gets spammed. I think it was Kozak on the car, and he's got another smoke shot as well. Rops has gone down without even seeing an enemy. Chris J getting spammed, and it's just Woxic with the AWP. He may as well save. Can look for a couple of exits, try and do some damage, open up the possibility, and that's a frag. Will it bait him back in? Will it tempt him for more as 3 players from Invictus sit holding on to that bomb? Nice molly. It should force Vadim out of position, but Woxic isn't there to capitalize on it, so he has to fall back, and that will be a 7-1 lead. Dear, oh dear. This is really impressive stuff from Kozak. He has been definitely the guy to watch out for on Invictus, just absolutely shutting down mousesports half the time through smokes. The other half just hitting them in the face, and that's what you need to do, Harry. Woxic, no doubt he's getting away with this AWP, even if they peek him. But unfortunately, he was not on the right side of the map there to deal with the oncoming push.
Yeah, and I think, this is where maybe sometime soon we see mousesports perhaps either you throw Woxic over towards that long side of the map to take duels, or you boost him fast up onto Catwalk, perhaps to try and contend for mid. Maybe we see that lower tunnels boost thrown in. I think if you're Mouse, you really need, Woxic starting things off in a stellar way. I would love to see them try and utilize that to secure themselves a man advantage. And Hugo, I think I might just be a genius at this point, because... okay, it's not Woxic getting thrown. Oh no, it is Woxic getting thrown up on the boost. So yeah, he gets chucked up here. He takes that fast cat control, and already you see mousesports. They're feeling a lot more secure in this round. They begin a rotation over towards B. They've locked down mid. They've seen or heard no utility towards the long side. However, Rops, oh no, that's not where you want to find yourself. He gets fully blind trying to reposition. Chris J, he gets hit by a grenade. And that completely stops him. That's so broken, by the way. That is the dumbest thing. You could see he's shaking his mouse around. That's frustrated him. Chris J, not finding too much luck in this game thus far. Frozen in the tunnels. But this is feeling like another save from Mouse. 3 versus 4 into the B bomb site. They're just going to give this one up.
The worst part is, you called it, Harry, with that information the mousesports got after having mid control and cat taken. Chris was on rotation. He was coming back to help Rops before the push came in, but Invictus hit the timing that, not only was Rops in the open on Xbox, I'm not sure if he was repositioning or trying to play that spot, but he got fully flashed, only gets a dink onto flying and goes down. Well, Chris only gets into the door as the smoke comes through, and yeah, you see it, it hits him, it stops him completely. I'm all for a bit of a movement, slowdown, kind of similar to when a grenade explodes on you and your movement gets a bit crippled, I guess. But if you get hit by a smoke grenade, you physically just can't move for about a second, and I don't like that. But either way, that will be another round for Invictus. 8-1 lead. I think we need a tactical pause here for mousesports. It's been too much, Harry. It's going too badly right now. They need a break. They need a chat with Regent. Because right now the pace is just being set and mousesports are just being manhandled. 8-1 up on this T side with no signs of slowing down.
Yeah, this round, Woxic taking this long position. They are trying to put him in spots to succeed, but they're just getting so...
out-aimed.
Well, yeah, but as well as that, it just feels like wherever they're putting their stars, they're getting dodged. And in this round, the flashbangs are good to nullify Woxic over towards the long side. Thankfully, Chris J has helped out as best he can from mid, tried to alleviate some of this pressure. Carrigan flashing Chris for the long peek, and that's a good flashbang. But Koshak is so quick in response. This is looking like a completely different team to what we saw on day one, at least on the Invictus side of things. This should be a 9-1. Rops in the 1v3. Mouse have had better situations that they could go for, really. This is definitely the save from this man. And that's relying first on him getting away. Now with that kill on a Koshak, okay, maybe Rops is tempted. And he's ready! Flying! He will go flying down from atop of short. And now it's Vadim down in the pit. Rops tries to take the fight and Vadim wins it out. 9-1 in favor of Invictus in spite of Rops' best efforts. Stellar job to get that looking so doable, down from the 1v3 all the way to the 1v1. But it's the Russians holding their own here for Invictus.
Unbelievable. Invictus playing out of their minds right now. Everyone looks so warmed up. So on point individually. And I just don't know why we didn't get CT side back the other day. I guess Nuke was somewhat of the reason, but I think the thing you have to remember is that Invictus, their CT side did look just atrocious yesterday versus Vitality. So you know, whatever asterisk there, or 2 days ago this was. But, you know, mousesports, they're going to need a buffer. If they want to win this on their T side, they're going to need more than one round, Harry. Something has got to come through for this team. Crossfire in mid. Now, Frozen will get smoked off by these players in middle. Molotov to follow, flashes out, goes for it, but both players just get domed. Immediately headshots coming through for Invictus. Trade for Chris J, but he's alone in B. He's got to watch the tunnels as well as there's pressure being put on by Vadim with his AWP. Flank from Karrigan, he's cleared out long, and the rotate is off of mid from Woxic, but now Invictus piled up into the B tunnels, looking to go for this execute, and they might just get it as well. Chris J picked up, Woxic getting flashed as well. How does that shot not connect? They're going to be able to cross. Karrigan's been caught in lower with his knife out, and Woxic, there's no way he can win this round, surely.
Oh, he's still fighting, still going for this. The Rap's coming in through mid, though, and Fion's got this round dead to rights. Big performance from him there with 3 kills to his name, getting the job done. Sorry, 3 kills in that round, but yeah, that's a huge one for Invictus. They reach double digits. They're 10-1 up over mousesports. And I mean, that's even with Rops being the highest performer in the server. You know, 1 round to mousesports' name, and he's still topping the charts.
That is ridiculous. And Woxic has been great when we've seen him in the right position, but Invictus has been doing such a good job of avoiding that. Rops again opening up, Harry. He's cleared out B. All this pressure on the catwalk being heard by Woxic. And that allows Rops to get aggressive. This could be the player that saves the round as he flanks towards the T-spawn. Vadim getting a pick in middle. Will that open up a mid to B movement for Invictus? Are they tempted? No, and that gives Rops more and more time to work, and without the worry of them flanking back into that B site. Missed smoke there. That was too far to the left for Fiorm. Not the end of the world, though, and Invictus still going to commit. Rops.
This double play from Frozen and Chris could make all the difference. Chris J is the Eagle, gonna find success, and now, while all this attention is drawn into Chris J, Rops is set up on the long side, able to help out. They're not gonna anticipate Frozen here, and that's now the bomb dropped. Vadim left in the clutch, 1 versus 3 required. Tags up Rops, but that leaves him out in the open, and that's the round found by Mouse. They'll get their 2nd on the board. Rops with all the key plays coming in there, right? Gets the first kill into upper tunnels, gets a Krieg from it, clears all the way through mid, through T-spawn, gets all that information, rotates in through long, and with that crossfire solidified between Chris J, Rops, and Frozen, they're able to get a 2nd round. Tactical pause now for Mouse. They want to have some time to speak this one through with Reg and make sure everyone's on the same page heading into this round. You can still recover this half. A 5-10 half is by no means unwinnable over on the T side. Invictus, their CT sides looked incredibly flat on day 1. It does feel like, you know, when they're able to dictate the pace, when they're able to play their own game, now we're seeing it, they can be scary. But that's where mousesports should be able to get things under control. It's all down to, if, as you said, can they get that buffer? Can they get a couple of rounds where they can afford to make a couple of mistakes?
Yeah, and even if mousesports do end up getting 5 on this half, Invictus is not going to be worried. They're going to be feeling confident, and that makes all the difference moving into their CT side. So let's see how mousesports can recover this half. Flash is a good in mid. Chris has to hide in that smoke, but he's trapped now. Double flash, and that smoke beginning to fade in a few seconds. Invictus have got him in the open, but they're not ready for him, and he gets 1. Almost the double lineup. The trade is in, though, and Invictus getting mollied out of middle. Same story for Frozen in the CT spawn. He's going to go through with a flashbang. mousesports trying to make plays, but Fjorn's holding for it, and X-Pro's got another. B is open for the taking, and Invictus will start wrapping through the tunnels with that bomb. It's a save for mousesports, all too familiar territory. Uh-oh.
Yeah, is Woxic going to get out of here? They might let him get away. They might show some mercy on the Invictus side. And it seems like they will. He's allowed to rejoin with Karrigan. They'll hold on to these weapons at least. And that's actually going to make all the difference from ours as to whether or not they're going to buy in this coming round. If they keep both these players alive, they'll have 4 rifles to play with, and that's very, very doable. However, Invictus coming straight in on the back of that mousesports tactical pause with a round to their name and only losing 1 man in the process. Considering this is the map pick of mousesports, this is a very, very worrying scoreline at this point in time.
Yeah, it makes Train, which is a map that Invictus have 22 logged maps on, which is 10 more than the next best, look even more scary. This is the GGBet odd winner for map 1, though. Only for map 1, not for the series, but still, if you believe in the comeback, head over there. 11-2. I'm not sure if I do believe in the comeback, Harry. We'll have to wait and see. mousesports, they need 4 rounds. If they want to come back, they need 4 rounds. And this is a key one as the AWP is up. Woxic doesn't realize they're close, but he unscopes in time. He must have heard the footsteps and gets away with that pick. The rest of Invictus bursting out through long. This has been conceded by mousesports. Karrigan spotting on the site. Doesn't need to take that fight versus the Kriegs, and he will concede. Falling back to short. That of which mousesports fully own. They've cleared out upper dark as well. Rops has pushed with Chris J from lower, who was there from the start of the round. So mousesports know now that everyone from Invictus should be on long.
Oh, there's the AWP of Woxic chiming in. And now, I mean, Invictus, they've seen a lot of players here. Karrigan, I don't even know where he just got found from. They've just taken him down. That's through a smoke, yeah.
Was it Koshak again?
No, it was flying. So Koshak's going to get the bomb planted at least. It's out in the open, but these AWPs are making quick work of Invictus. X-Pro from down in the pit. Oh, there's Rops getting deleted, but he's got 3 more bodies to find, and Woxic is not missing a beat. 4 kills in this round. And while it's a third for Mouse, it feels like all the rounds we've seen them pick up have required these insane multi-kill performances. Think about it. We had 4 kills from Rops to get their first round on the board. That one there was 4 kills from Woxic. It is requiring these huge individual performances from the Mouse side.
I did just see Karrigan laughing and shaking his head, and I think he's just a bit pissed about how he just got shot through a smoke carry. It's been happening all game long for mousesports, and sometimes it can just feel like there's nothing you can do. You're just getting absolutely wrecked. And oh, that's a perfect timing shot. Karrigan is not going to be happy about that one as X-Pro finds him. He sits inside of the Molotov down to 60, fully white, and just plays the timing. And Invictus, a man up in the last round of the half. We said mousesports needed 4. This one is crucial. It's still winnable, but it's going to require a lot. Invictus staying grouped and getting up the catwalk. Chris J's here with the AWP. Do they flash him off? Oh, he's committed. He's fully committed. There's 4 players around this corner. He needs to be careful. He's going to have no chance to back off. Fully blind, and the utility from Invictus remains so powerful. These flashbangs have been continually catching mousesports out. The smoke up on short is coming a bit late. They're already around the corner. Woxic spotted it, but he can't get the kill. And X-Pro through the box, finding a shot. Rops does kill Vadim, who dropped into CT, and Frozen will find another. But is this enough for mousesports?
Well, 2 on 3 at round 15. They've got to go for it. They've got to try and make something of this. Incendiary on Rops and a couple of flashbangs here for mousesports. They've at least got some utility to try and force these engagements out from the Invictus side. That Molotov's gone into the bomb site. There's no one there for Invictus. Koshak has shut down Rops, and Frozen 1 on 3. There's blood smeared up the walls, and now Frozen's is there as well. 12-3 at the end of that first half. Invictus, it smiles all round as the Chinese-Russian mix find a lot of success here on mousesports' map pick. We'll be back with that second half to see if mousesports can recover after a quick break. 2 now becomes a must-do for the side of mousesports. They only have 3 rounds to their name heading into this T side. The one thing that I see opening up a potential path to recovery here for Mouse is that Rops and Woxic, or Ropsic as they're so often referred to, are looking fantastic. These two have been delivering kills round after round. They're 2 of the top players in the server right now. And so if you can use these individuals to create space and open up the bomb sites, maybe there's a chance here for mousesports. Invictus, they're trying to set Fionn up over towards Long. They flashed him in, he gets the information, and now they're going to quickly assemble this boost to get a man into the bomb site. Good decision from Invictus, because Mouse, they look ready to go for this A play. Frozen, there we go, there we go. That's the man we wanted to see a little bit more. Come into life, Flying's only going to get 1, and it's Fionn now inside of this A site all alone, but ooh, naughty.
Yeah, that's a bomb dropped. Surely not winnable for him with 2 players fighting on Long. And mousesports, they'll clean up that round. That's the pistol. That's the start they needed. And hopefully putting a breath of fresh air in the lungs of mousesports as they now have to pull a 12-4 comeback. Not going to be easy, but it's got to start somewhere. And yeah, I think if you're Invictus, you can't get ahead of yourselves and think that this is a 1 game just yet. You have only just started the second half. And Harry, anything is possible. We're going to have to wait and see. Fionn with that smoke for the cross. It's going to be a heavy B setup for Invictus, but mousesports aren't falling for it. They're going to run out Long. I like this, though. If there's no B-rush, just push tunnels. You're going to have that flank on. The issue is, how long do mousesports wait around on Long, and do they expect the T-spawn wrap? There's still the bomb coming late. Invictus won't be able to cut it off, but mousesports, if they continue to take their time, they could be getting a bit of action from the back. Invictus need to know when to sneak. And they begin it at the right time, but going up a catwalk is not the play. They need to flank Long right now. Only 1 player committing as mousesports flash their way into the site. Carrigan, he's got 2 kills. He's going to hold the back line. How does he go down to USP? That was so fast from Invictus. They find 2 kills. Mousesports still shouldn't have an issue, but that's a dink coming through from SMG on Long. Woxic will deal with it at hand. Frozen is low, and that bomb has been planted, but Woxic has just had enough, Harry. He wants this game to be over, but not in the favor of Invictus. Tapping away, trade is back in for Chris. 1 more player up cat, communicated late by mousesports, but not a worry. Chris J is going to get it in time, and that's 5 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? For Woxic, you imagine this event means a lot to him, right? Like, how often do mousesports get to come and play at a LAN of this size in Turkey, you know, the home country of Woxic? I know from speaking to him, but he's very, very happy to be back here. So it's good to see that he's looking so determined to keep this tournament life alive for mousesports. We've got the investment now for Invictus. Flashbangs in through mid. Woxic, he's got his AWP out, and he's got to try and beat X-Pro on the other side. Cat control taken. Chris J trying to set up over here towards Long. Fionn does lie in wait, however, and there's no one here to flash Chris J out, so it's likely he's got to try and create this space on his own.
Yeah, heavy B-side setup for Invictus, expecting a bit of a rush. mousesports were keen to only leave Rops on B and, you know, occasionally leave him alone on that side of the map with 4-man A setups or 1 in CT. Typically, there was that mid player of Chris J able to rotate, but mousesports right now aren't going to be hitting the B site, so A is looking very favorable right now, as you say. Fionn alone in pit. X-Pro getting mollied. He's got to hide behind the site, but flashes are good for mousesports. They're already up catwalk. Can he find anything? No, giving away the fact that he's got an AWP and no armor behind it. He needs to nail these shots here. Koshak is waiting, and he spotted Rops above the smoke. X-Pro getting dome. Frozen with a double. Coming alive here on the T side as Fionn trades onto Long. Chris J, with no one to flash him out, does go down. And now it's a 3-on-3, but this retake is very doable. The issue is no kit.
And that bomb planted for sure means that Woxic, he can just hold down the long angle. And with his teammates already set up towards short side, this becomes a very tricky round for Invictus. Woxic making it even more tricky. And there's Frozen to cement the round. 3 kills. He goes from being someone who was trailing behind. I think he had, what, 3 kills a few rounds ago?
Yeah.
And now he's really risen up through the ranks. He was able to get 2 in the pistol, 3 in that round there. Frozen starting to find his footing. And as we're seeing players gradually come alive for mousesports, as we're seeing, you know, it's a morning game, right? Slow starts. That's not uncommon for a lot of teams. We are starting to see the Mouse that we wanted to see in the server. And this is where, you know, the pressure as well is somewhat relieved for Carrigan, right? Like, you could tell just from his demeanor on camera that he was getting a bit frustrated in the beginning of this game. And now that it feels like he's got individuals around him stepping up, he can just play that supportive role. You know, he can focus on making these mid-round decisions for the rest of the squad. And he doesn't have to, it doesn't feel like that responsibility to be the man to make a play.
Yeah. Ooh, Rops, he spotted 2. He's got Expo locked in the corner. A couple of kills from mousesports into this B bomb site. They need to be careful that it isn't stacked, but Invictus close on the door, and Rops has got his 3rd. Nice, easy round for mousesports against the Pistols. They'll find a 7th with no casualties. That's a big confidence boost as well, keeping the money intact on the T side. And this comeback starting to look more realistic by the second Harry. But remember, we've only had 1 actual buy round for Invictus, and it did have a glass cannon AWP, and they still made it close. They got a 3-on-3 and lost the A site and couldn't retake. Well, now we have a real buy. 2 AWPs, kits, and armor behind it. What can Invictus do here in their first real full buy on the CT side?
I'm liking this from Carrigan. He runs all the way down through mid, just runs that gauntlet even though he's up against the full buy. And that's going to get this foothold in middle nice and early for Mouse. He's heard that no one's towards that mid side of the map. Vadim falling back towards mid with his AWP, looking to keep an eye on this side of the map. And he does have players to find. Woxic trying to get up onto the Xbox. Vadim's just holding this cross, and that flashbang's good. That's going to force him back into CT, and that now allows this mid to B split to come through for Mouse.
Smoke's missed.
Oh dear. Luckily, Woxic's alleviated some of the pressure. Vadim trying to get out of CT, running for the hills, but Chris J, this man lives in the hills. He's going to shut down the AWP over towards this A side of the map, and a bit of a mid-round change from Mouse. It looked like they wanted to go for the mid to B with that smoke missing. They tried to rededicate in towards the A bomb site. Fjorn looking to get out of danger. In the meantime, Koshak's found success. Keep your eye on Rops on the minimap, though. He's coming on this wrap through the B site, and he's cut down these players in rotation. mousesports, they recover that round. They stumble back to their feet, and now 8-12. Since getting onto this T side, they've not missed a beat.
Yeah, weird one from Vadim there. He had a good position in mid, and he misses a shot. Carrigan throws a mid to B smoke that doesn't connect, and it leaves a huge gap. And Vadim, instead of backing off into CT, or even trying to take another fight, just holding the angle, he just runs with his back turned. Never want to do that, especially when you know that mousesports can just re-peek you and get that trade. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. So, yeah, Vadim just getting caught out, I guess, out of position, and Chris J capitalizing well. First tactical pause coming through from Invictus as well. This has not been a hard game for them in the first half, but now they're starting to realize that this is a bit of a test.
I think if you're Vadim there, you're worried about a few potential things that can come through. You've just lost X-Pro over towards short, right? So maybe he's worried about that CT drop from Mouse. Alternatively, with the mid to B smoke missing, perhaps he was anticipating that Mouse were just going to abandon that and not look for the CT kill. Regardless, it's a pretty ballsy decision to make, to go for that run back towards the cross.
I guess the idea is that because he got flashed in mid, he never actually saw anyone walk through the doors, right? So he's thinking that, oh, that smoke failed because they threw it from short or T-spawn or something like that, and that there's no one actually mid, it's just a fake.
That nade stack is brutal.
Yeah.
God, though, Chris J, man, he's so far ahead of the nades, he's already down in pit. And this is quite the foothold for Mouse to have garnered so early on in this round. You can just set an AWP up here. You see Woxic getting down into that position.
They've taken tunnels, though. This is not a surprise from Invictus, fully aware of what's going on for mousesports, but, you know, knowledge is something, but it won't be able to help you win this round, really. They've only got pistols and armor. mousesports are going to successfully cross. Ooh, jumping the gap. Frozen getting tagged, but not significantly. And Koshak, he's cornered. No Molotovs apart from on Rops, but he is too far away to throw them. And still sitting in the T-spawn watching for those rotations as mousesports clean up the kills on the A site. One for Fjorn, but that will be it.
And even though it's only a partial investment there from Invictus, a bit of a confidence-boosting round for Carrigan as he gets 3, right? Doubling down on that kill count. And that's the thing. We were already kind of speaking about how that need to be the man making the big plays. That pressure has been all but alleviated from Carrigan's shoulders now. He can just focus on leading this team to a victory. And honestly, you know, in spite of the very, very one-sided first half, you look at the scoreline now and it doesn't feel impossible.
No.
Since getting onto the T side, mousesports, they've not lost anything. So
we've not had a single CT round, Harry. It's like the opening day again for Invictus, just not being able to do anything on the defensive side.
yeah, it is just a matter of, once again, when they're not the team to dictate the pace, when they can't play their own game, when things are getting disrupted, that's where it falls apart. But this round, they've at least hauled it back into a 3-on-3. Vadim low on HP. He'll concede short for the time being. Repositioning down into CT. This fight in tunnels decides a hell of a lot, especially with that kill coming in onto Rops. Because now, Woxic, he's got to try and rejoin Frozen here. And if Frozen wins this fight, the timing, he held that all round, it felt like. Whoa, Woxic! Jump scare over in middle, trying to get by, but there's Flying already in position, up in the air, living up to his name as he soars to new heights to lock in that first round for Invictus on this CT side.
And that could be everything, Harry. That could be the round that pushes him over the edge here, realizing that, okay, we can still do this. It's not that mousesports get in our own heads, and we still hold a significant lead. mousesports have money, though. They can rebuy for a couple of rounds, so it's not the end of the world for Invictus, or for mousesports, rather. Double AWP coming through. Spam in mid finds Vadim a little bit, and Woxic is going to fight long, but only just missing that shot. 4 players on long here for Invictus, very dedicated, and they've got the smoke out as well, so mousesports have been cut out of that position. Invictus setting themselves back towards mid and CT, at least for that AWP, and Flying has gone towards A as well, so only 2 left on long. mousesports starting to meander their way through middle. Molotov to check the close corner, flash to follow. X-Pro's blind. He gives away the fact that there's an AWP in play here for Invictus. Oh my god, mousesports is just being annoying with these flashes. It's posted Woxic up and he's got the kill, holding the gap. X-Pro couldn't see him, and that's a pick for mousesports in a crucial round.
Carrigan's going to set up this utility to go for the cat play. The instant Molotov reply out from Koshak. And this is all the fake, it's all the ruse, and it's done a good job of keeping this very heavy A-side presence for the Invictus side. Vadim falling at the back of B, and this is the round locked in for Mouse. There is no way back into this if you're Invictus. 2 versus 5. These players so far removed from the B bomb site. This is a definite save. Mouse, they're going to reach double digits.
So instead he wins a race, Harry, even if the T side of Invictus was so dominant. mousesports not letting their heads get out of the game here, knowing how important this first map is, considering it's their pick. And Invictus, they find 1 CT round finally, but mousesports bounce back and immediately get themselves another. Woxic risking his life for that flashbang. Anything to save a couple of $100. But no one here to capitalize. Invictus have a cat player and Fjorn in the pit, and it will just be a full save from mousesports. Their money was starting to get depleted, so not wanting to hunt down these guns, rather focused on building up their own cash here as we get into round number 24. This is on a knife's edge right now. Even though this has been a dominant T-side for mousesports, Invictus, they are only 3 away from taking their map pick away. It's always going to be in the back of the minds for mousesports. They can never let their foot off the gas.
And obviously, now, I'm extrapolating a lot here, right? But I sometimes wonder if you remember there was that game mousesports versus Mix in ECS.
Yeah.
And, you know, one of those maps was Dust 2. That one went the way of Mix. That whole series went the way of Mix, 2-1, which obviously at the time felt like a real surprise. A part of me wonders if, you know, like mousesports, on the back of looking so good coming into this year, where they've had a couple of of situations, you know, a couple of series that maybe they shouldn't have lost, or at least they feel like they should have lost. And I sometimes wonder if that's knocked the mousesports confidence a bit. But at least here on Dust 2, they're not looking to repeat those same mistakes, right? They're locking down Fionn here.
That mixed team took Astralis to OT on Dust 2.
Yeah.
Fair enough, really.
I think, you know, that could be one of the problems for Mao is having Dust 2 at not the core of their map pool, but it's definitely one of the maps that they've looked to make their own, right?
They picked it, so yeah.
Lucky enough this round. Not one they've got to worry about.
No, this is a half buy for Invictus. They have saved guns and they bought pistols around it. I mean, Vadim hasn't even spent $1 because he wants that AWP as soon as possible. So it's not a real dedication from Invictus, and unsurprising to see mousesports get away with it. Rops, ooh, he just saw a head there, but he was looking on the camera at his teammate, so he actually doesn't know that flying is so close. Vadim getting spotted as well. Does that bait Rops out of position? No, he just holds his own and gets that kill. Vadim getting spammed as well. Very little to do with his USP, and Koshak is saving towards B. We'll get away with this M4 for now, unless Frozen can find it. And that's an 11th round for mousesports. What a comeback this is, though. Like, it almost says more about mousesports as a team, that the fact that they can pull a 12-3 back to this scoreline. And to be honest, if this continues, Harry, they're going to win the map, right? We've only had one CT round from Invictus. And it just shows that mousesports not letting themselves get in their heads and get out of the game, despite, you know, a dominant first half. Carrigan had 2 kills on the CT side. And you know, now he's on 6. Better, obviously, but, you know, it's not down to him getting all these kills. It's not a worry. He's just leading the roster as the rest of his players frag around him. Woxic and Rops have been incredible all game long. Fionn getting mollied. He's got to move out of the pit. Carrigan spamming that smoke. Fionn, is he going to get flashed through this? He is very aggressive, and there's a flash. He's gone through Carrigan. Oh, there's a double smoke. He's still kept behind the boxes. Trades coming up on short in the meantime. mousesports are moving fast. Chris has dropped into CT. No one's ready for it. Carrigan does lose his life, and that keeps mousesports down a man in this situation.
Yeah, it's huge that Fionn is able to best the man over at long there, right? Because now you've got this long presence. And for Maus, had they been able to get a man into the pit, they could have planted that bomb for long. Things would have been looking good in this post plant, but now it's heating up for Woxic. He's still trying to stay alive. Oh, down into CT. He's running away. He knows there's a man at long. And now only one player left. Woxic trying to make this clutch that felt so impossible come through. They're on the bomb, but now they're off a bit. They bait the peek out from Woxic. Oh, he's hiding. Koshak up above. Woxic's done such a good job. And oh, Woxic, what a 1v3. My word, anything feels possible with Woxic looking like this. Another round for mousesports. Oh, you can almost see the sigh of relief that over Rops there in the camera. Oh, my heart is racing. Woxic holding his own, continuing to put up numbers. 26 and 11. Almost at 30, and he's going to get there. You just know he is.
Yeah, that's a timeout for Invictus. Pretty well timed, Harry. And just the map awareness and the individual movement from Woxic. While he's in that molly, after he gets a CT kill, he's fully blind in a Molotov, and he still has the awareness of exactly where he is to jump up on the ledge and get away from those fires that surely would have killed him. They brought him down to 20 HP into the red, and he's still able to get 2 follow-up kills. Koshak jumping into the AWP. That was just unbelievable from Woxic. What a clutch. mousesports needed that more than ever. And a 1-on-3 to get mousesports onto 12. To more importantly, break the money once again for Invictus. And look at this buy, Harry. This is not what you want so late into the game. You've got an AWP and a UMP. That is it. The AWP doesn't even have armor either. mousesports are making magic happen here on the T side. 1 round away from equalization, and after that first half where Invictus went 12-3 on their T side, that would have never have felt like a reality, but mousesports, they've made it so. Ooh.
Koshak with this close UMP,
nice.
Gets flashed into middle. He almost turns that into a hell of a lot. I do like the team play between Invictus. They've definitely got that down. Vadim setting up his Russian mate there to go for that mid-peak. It's Orb, still over towards short, and that's an unknown factor for Mouse in this round. They've seen a UMP. You're anticipating this is at most a partial investment from the Invictus side.
X-Pro's gone long, though, so he's going to be completely avoided here. If mousesports come up cat, he can still win the round for his team if he goes back, but he might tunnel vision into this long position. More common than not when you have an A-split, and he is completely alone here, Harry. There's no one to assist. Smoke's coming out. 30 seconds for mousesports to cross. Fjorn's going to try and move up to assist, but that flash is good. Keeps X-Pro back. Double flash. He's waiting for the time to strike. They haven't seen him just yet. Oh, what a shot through the box. Frozen getting dropped. Needs to be a follow-up, though, and they are spamming the corner. Karrigan's taking the AWP, and X-Pro's taking him out of the round. Woxic once again has got to save the day, and he started it off. Rops with a double from short, and it's just Vadim left up with a USP. Oh, how the tables have turned. But the bomb's dropped down. Gandalf, they need to grab it. They need to get the part. The time is low, and Vadim, oh, that was close. I don't know if mousesports had time there. I think maybe just about. But if Vadim didn't die, there was a chance. There was a world, Harry. That bomb dropped down Gandalf after Frozen got wall banged. And that could have gone so wrong for mousesports.
There's 53 kills between Woxic and Rops right now. These two, they need to take a bow. They are doing such a stellar job of keeping mousesports in this series. And now, from a 12-3 half in favor of Invictus to 13-13, mousesports, they've gone the distance. They've taken us all the way. Boost up over here in the B-bomb site. Woxic in with the immediate trade there. Keeps things even. Flying.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Bad time to miss the smoke. Still able to get one at the very, very least. If you're Invictus, you're really relying on... Oh, actually, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Hugo just pointed this out to me. The bomb's back in T-spawn. Mouse, they've got to go get that. Oh, they've got to get all the kills. And for Woxic, a man who loves all the kills. He's got the chance in this one, but Vadim gets him through the double doors. Chris J.
No.
Oh, he's only good for one. And Vadim missing that shot. Rops saving the day again for mousesports. 14-13.
Madness, Harry.
This is madness. This isn't Counter-Strike. This is just a fight to the death.
And mousesports, they are choking Invictus through this game. Oh, my Lord. They are actually going to do this, aren't they? Look how the odds have flipped back.
Yeah, if you took that bet at halftime,
yeah,
you're probably feeling pretty good right now.
Although that's match winner odds, not map one, but still favored for mousesports. However, it's close for Invictus. They've got more chance, I guess. That being said, they've got to win this map, really, considering how they started it. X-Pro on the B site. He's got one for the CZ. So low on ammo, and he's going to run out. Mousesports have got B. The rotations might be coming through, but this is such a hard site to retake, especially with this kind of buy. Mousesports bordering 15, and there might be no way to stop them.
Yeah, the one thing that Invictus maybe have to hold on to here is at least Woxic isn't at this bomb site. For the time being, they've got a 3-on-3, but it's quickly dealt with by Chris J and Rops. Map point now for mousesports. There was a time where they were 9 rounds behind Invictus at the end of the half. And now they're the team to reach map point first. And you can see they're starting to look like their chirpy selves again. They've got some color back in them. I was worried, man. It looked like they were gonna, like a stress overload. Stress could definitely kill you.
Yeah.
And we might have seen it. We might have seen that.
Well, let's see if mousesports can put the final nail in the coffin here on Dust 2. Their map pick and, well, at this rate, Harry, their map from 10-1 down to 15-13. Vadim, he waits in middle. Rops is not moving, though. Mousesports are up catwalk. They're waiting to go out long as well. There's only one player in the pit to deal with this. It's Fjorn. He's been pretty solid in this position, but even so, we're going to need an absolute hero here from Invictus if they want to make this map possible. Overtime. Only 2 rounds away from it. Mousesports are putting pressure on mid, faking out a mid to B play. They've got the smoke down. They've got Rops in position. Oh, he's been flashed, though. No one coming through that smoke. He's just trying to fake this. Fjorn's won a fight up onto long. Karrigan dead. There's no trade from Chris. The smoke is out. Fjorn's spamming away, hoping for a smoke shot. Not going to connect, and they'll just concede long. They've got the pick. No need to hold on to this position as Mousesports come up short and into the firing line. Koshak with a kill. Bomb's been dropped. Rops has to save the day once again. It's him and Chris in a 2-on-4.
Oh, the flashbangs are good. Chris J barreling into CT, but there's a man holding from the B-bomb site. Rops has got another. Rops, you can't keep saving these rounds, surely. Chris J, 1 point of health, and just having him here is so important. It denies that rotation from Vadim, even though Chris is so close to death, but finally, Vadim's able to deal with him. And now Rops in this clutch, he's got cat control. He doesn't know the exact whereabouts of Koshak. He knows he was last seen towards long. Koshak currently over towards the back of platform. Will go unnoticed. Rops planting that bomb for the short side, and he's going to hide in the bomb site. Trying to play the mind game versus Invictus. He didn't spot Koshak when he peeked long earlier, holding for the CT cross. He's seen ahead, but Vadim is very, very quick, and Invictus 14-15. One away from a potential overtime. This game is going all 30 rounds at the very, very least.
And maybe more, Harry. That's a second round for Invictus. mousesports on the SCT side, they weren't able to get any back-to-back rounds. Invictus have had the same case here. Every CT round in this map has been staggered between 2 terrorist rounds, and that has to change right here in number 30 if Invictus want to make it OT. mousesports have the money, though. Of course they do. They've had a dominant second half. And pause, Reg, having a chat as well as we get into round number 30. Man, you would have had your money on Rops there. Woxic winning a 1v3 from the A site. Rops is fragging higher and assumed he would do the same, but the retake for Invictus has given them an opportunity. It's given them a chance. 2 players surviving, and the AWP kept on.
The thing that's such a shame there is Chris, when he hops down into CT, Vadim was actually in rotation from the B-bomb site at first, and then they see Chris get into CT, and that means Vadim's just got to hold. Look at Mowers.
Oh,
this is called the Mix treatment. Now, this is what Mix did to mousesports on this map last time around. You just grab these auto snipers, you spam those doors, you're not playing this game anymore. Oh, and they all crossed. Okay, sure, why not?
It's always worth a shot, though. If you've got the money and it's last round, you know Invictus, they're not going to get in T-spawn in this round. That's just not going to happen. So, yeah, fair enough. Go for it. See what you can do. Woxic is going to throw all the autos out the map as well, just to make sure that, nothing crazy happens. You don't want to get retaken. Like, we've never had that, but imagine losing a game because you bought those autos and then someone picked them up. That would be heartbreaking. So safe decision to get rid of them, but it's going to slow down the route for mousesports, as you would like to see, really. Don't want them running the gun too fast into number 30. Grouping up towards B. Maybe a mid to B play here for mousesports, but look at the setup from Invictus. They have 3 players on this side of the map. One of the AWPs as well. Back plat for X-Pro. Flying, spotting doors. And I imagine Flying's going to set Koshak up with some utility, but he actually doesn't have any flashes. That's been thrown by X-Pro from B. He's now got to watch the tunnels, and mousesports are coming out through mid.
Koshak, a lot of this round now falling onto his shoulders. And that weight might be too much to bear. Flying and X-Pro, they've got to hold this B-bomb site. X-Pro, they know he's over towards platform. Flying's only good for 1. It's Carrigan and Woxic trading effectively in the bomb site. And Chris J holding this wrap, holding these rotations. This round is dead to rights. And mousesports, they'll narrowly lock in their map pick. It goes the 4-30 rounds, but they managed to get it done. Rops and Woxic both dropping over 30 kills in that map. What a performance from them two. Invictus, they can't be disappointed. They made mousesports look like a bit of beatable team here on one of their home maps.
Yeah, that being said, you've got to feel rough if you're Invictus, right? They were 12-3 up at the halftime. They had everything going, but mousesports pulling the full reverse sweep, the full comeback, and making it happen, Harry. It didn't seem doable after that first half, but they proved everyone wrong, and they set themselves up to win the series. That being said, only their map pick 1. We now head to Train. And that's a map that we've already seen Invictus are more than happy to play. The scary part is, the CT sides for Invictus, they were weak on weak on the first day rather versus Vitality. They were weak here versus mousesports. They can't afford to be weak on Train.
And I think, with Woxic looking so good, Rops looking so good, if I had to pick 2 players for Mouse having to show up on Train, those are the 2 names that spring to mind. And we can see they're the 2 top performers. And then the fact that Chris J was also the man in the server starting to find his footing and having a lot of big rounds for Mouse. These 3 are the deadly trio on that Train map. Rops over in Pop Dog, the double AWP between Chris J and Woxic. that at least is something for mousesports to hold on to, moving on to the map pick of Invictus.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be feeling good if you're mousesports, right? Despite that first half, I guess. But I don't really know where this is going, Harry, to be honest. And I think, you know, we've been talking about it a lot, and, you know, usually it doesn't really hold that much weight. I think it really does here. That ninth round is going to make all the difference. And to be honest, where do you even go if you're Invictus? Say you win the ninth round, where do you start? Surely the T side, right? Like, even though it is train and, you know, you would never usually pick the T side, the SCT sides have been whack. And, you know, I don't know what to think.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we can touch on a little bit more, I guess, so we move on to Train. For now, we're just going to celebrate that Dust 2 victory from mousesports. They go 1-0 up in this series. Train coming up next, and it's all to play for. Invictus trying to repeat that success from the first half of Dust 2, but only time will tell if they can manage it. We'll be back with Train after a quick break, so don't